up, everybody? It's Stock Traders Talk Radio Show. The interview with CEOs with Stock Spotlight picks to keep you in the know. With your host, STT, Cap, Hall, Nickel, Tipakia, Red, Stock Sumo, and the easy on the eyes, also firing through the cow to keep the guys in line. Are the money badges. So let's get down to brass tacks. Our objective is to make you greenbacks, aka stacks of cash, and turn your portfolio green with our DD and research team. So without further ado, STT Radio, let's go.
Good evening, stock traders, and welcome to Stock Traders Talk Radio. Here on a beautiful Sunday night, March the 4th, 2012. I am your host, STT. Joining me on tonight's program, I have Stock Sumo.
Hey, good evening, STT.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Glad to be back.
Are you ready for a very, very exciting week here at STT Radio?
Oh boy, am I ever. It's going to get real exciting.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait. Buckle up. The ride's just beginning. Also, joining me on the program tonight is QT Cal.
Good evening, STT.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. We had a couple of days off, a little chance to relax and take a break from the radio. It felt good.
Exactly, and now we're looking at an exciting week ahead. So.
Oh, yes. Very, very exciting stuff coming up. And we'll get to that later in the show. Also, joining me on the program tonight is Sifakia.
Hello, STT. How's your weekend?
Busy.
Nice.
But, you know, I'm getting through it.
That's how you roll.
Thank you very much, sir. Also, joining us later in the program will be Mr. Cop. Unless he's with us now, but I don't think so. No, not with us right now. All right. Tonight, Sunday night, that's right, Sunday, here at STT Radio, we have a fantastic stock spotlight lined up for you. Doing tonight's stock spotlight, in her third appearance, QT Cal. QT, take it away.
Thank you, STT. Tonight's Stock Spotlight, we are featuring Solos Endoscopy, Inc. Ticker symbol is SNDY. That is S as in Sam, N as in Nancy, D as in David, Y as in yes. They are currently trading on OTC Pink market, and they are at current status. Now, one thing I want to point out is on OTCmarkets.com, the share structure was last updated on September 30th, 2011. But on the SNDY iBox on iHub, we have an update of the OS being as current as February 29th, 2012. So that current number, I want to go ahead and throw those out. So the outstanding shares are 420,897,709. That's for outstanding share count. Float is 139,556,215. And the authorized share count is 500 million. The company is located in Boston, Massachusetts. And just let's get into some of the background or business description on Solos Endoscopy, Inc. They are basically a healthcare technology company. They develop and they market breakthrough technology applications. They also get into medical devices and procedural techniques. That then is used for screening, diagnosis, treatment, and management of medical conditions. Looks like their sales team focuses on partnering with the medical community in regards to what processes or equipment is right for them. They reach out to hospitals, surgery centers, and doctors' offices. So what they do is they try to team up with these entities in the medical field to get a feel for what their needing, and then they go ahead and provide the appropriate products in what they're distributing. So that's an overview. We also have the president of Solos Endoscopy. He has a great background, Mr. Robert Segerston. His background includes being the founder, first and foremost, of Woodbine Optical Corp., and that was back in 1991. They produced video cameras for the medical marketplace, and then they quickly added some other products to their product line, which included light sources, video couplers, and relay lens. So you can see that background has really helped in what we're going to get into with Solo Endoscopy, Inc. They had some nice size contracts with companies, and some of those companies were like Berkshire Medical, Olympus, and ConMed. With the relationship with Berkshire Medical, it allowed the CEO to acquire Solos Endoscopy Video Division, and that was a division of Berkshire. So what was neat was that he acquired that, and then there was a successful merger of the company with Woodbine, and it was then renamed Solos Endoscopy, and that was to completely capitalize on Solos Endoscopy, the actual name. So, that actually helped him grow the business, and in that process, he grew the company to $3 million in sales, and he sold the company in 1994 to, I believe it was Endo Image. And what was interesting about that is that he stayed on board as president and then as a consultant, and then he reacquired the company back in 2000. So what we see is a really rich history in this company, and he's been greatly involved from inception and then came back to the company. So that's always an interesting look at the company and its history. Now we want to go to the website. And for all of you out there, their website is solosendoscopy.com. Okay. What this does is, you can see on the website, the company primarily offers rigid endoscopes, handheld surgical instruments, and video equipment. And it's focused on, or keeps focus on, the minimally invasive surgery market. One of the things I found that was quite interesting on their website is that they showcase their Solos MammoView. And what that is it's a breast endoscopy system. It's designed, we always hear about in breast cancer with women that it's all about early detection. And this particular piece of equipment is designed to help detect early signs of breast cancer. So we look at the fact that it performs related intraductal procedures, and that's a big, huge thing in the medical community in regards to early detection, with direct visualization of the tissues of interest. It also complements existing diagnosis and treatment options with direct endoscopic observation. So that is their one piece of equipment that they really have showcased. And we'll get into that when we look at some of the more recent press releases by the company. Some of the other things that we look at under what they're focusing on in their business is the endoscopic instruments, as far as laparoscopic instruments. But one of the things that was quite interesting, which again will reflect in the current press releases, is the veterinarian instrumentation that they provide. This is a little bit more current and what they're getting into in the present, and that is to improve quality in animal care through innovation and technology. So we look at the fact that they produce and provide surgical instruments, video equipment, and insufflators, and then flexible and rigid operative scopes. So that's quite interesting that they are getting into the veterinarian field with their equipment and their products. So with that, we've got an overview, and again, you can always check out their website for every detailed piece of equipment that they provide. We certainly won't go into that right now. But as far as their press releases, I want to look back to starting with the press release from December 22nd. There was significant sales from their MammoView line. Now, this is the breast cancer detection piece of equipment that we just talked about in regards to their website. And the company generated $27,455 and a little over $30,000 in sales for October and November of 2011. The MammoView line accounted for 38% of the stated revs for their 2 months that were stated for October and November. Also, they finished their third quarter of 2011 with a net profit of $73,895. They also mentioned in that PR that they executed agreements which resulted in forgiveness of debt of almost $300,000 for Q3. Okay, so that's quite significant. And you look at them resolving debt, you also look at them making profit for 2 months into the fourth quarter of 2011. That's quite impressive. Okay, so this will also result in the reduction of ongoing expenses, approximately $40,000 per quarter. So based on this debt reduction, they're going to see a reduction in overall cost per quarter for $40,000. That's huge, especially when you're just starting out. But it really does seem like their Mama View piece of equipment or their Mama View line is the one that's generating income right now and is quite significant to their profits. Moving on to the next press release we have for December 29th, 2011. This one I'd like to call or give a description of them giving an overview of the company and what they've accomplished for 2011. So basically they focused on their R&D efforts and the modifications to their endoscopic instrument lines. Because remember, that's one part of their business that is quite lucrative. So they had focused on that. They also launched the veterinary product line of endoscopic equipment, scopes, and instruments. So they're venturing out into the veterinary line. They have the Mama View line, and they're looking at overall modifications in their endoscopic equipment. That's pretty significant. They launched a newly designed an interactive website. That's the website that we just went to, which is, again, if anyone missed, it's solosendoscopy.com. There you will see all of their product lines, and what they were trying to accomplish by putting this website together was to give it an easy, navigatable site for medical professionals, the people that are actually the customers of the company. So they wanted to put all of their products out so that it's just a go-to site. They can click on where they need to be, and then they can order the equipment that's appropriate for their business or for their medical facility. Launched and newly designed an interactive website was part of the big efforts for 2011. And again, their Mama View system, they wanted to, again, reiterate that the mammary ductoscopy, which they're getting into, is really the early detection signs for breast cancer and is really a breakthrough piece of equipment in regards to these medical facilities that so greatly need this to avoid, surgery and those things, or early detection is key, as we all know, in breast cancer. Okay, moving on to the next PR we have for February 14th, 2012. They stated that they retired 150 million common shares. Okay, so they're not only have they built their business up, they're generating revenues, but they're also retiring shares, which is always a good combination, we know, as shareholders look for in the OTC market, in the pink world, or pink market, I should say. And then the last PR that I want to focus on is on March 2nd of 2012. And what it states is that they had successfully completed an FDA Level 1 baseline inspection. They received an NAI, which is a no action indicated, which apparently is a successful overall assessment of their operations. And they talked about the critical aspect of this compliance and the high standards that they adhere to. So again, looking at just the recent press releases, we see, this company is going from it's gone through quite a journey over the last few months, and especially during Q3 and Q4 of 2011. And so it looks as if they are generating income, that their main source of income right now is from their Mama View equipment, and they're also looking to venture out into the veterinarian field with all of their instrumentation. And it looks like they really nicely lay out all the products that they provide to the medical community. The last thing I want to talk about is the OTC disclosure. On December 14th, 2011, they had an attorney letter with respect to their current information. So they are now OTC Pink Current, and that's pretty much all I have on the company. It looks to be going strong and moving forward, and I'd like to now kick it over to, I believe, Siffy, if you are going to look at the chart or chart analysis of SNDY.
Oh, I got that chart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No
I'm
problem.
sorry, Sumo. Go for it. Thank you so much.
The chart looks pretty good here. It has one of my favorite setups going for it, which is a golden cross. And for those of you who don't know what a golden cross is, it's when the moving average, whether it be the 20 or the 50-day, rises above the 200-day moving average, and you have the 50-day moving average that's currently at 0028. It's rising towards the 200-day moving average, which is 0034, and it's always positive to see that moving average cross over. So I'll be looking to see that down the road if it can get above the 50-day moving average crosses that 200-day. That's always positive. And right now the stock, the slow stochastics is currently sitting at about 22.25 and 16.94. So it's coming down. It looks a little bit oversold, and that's in a good spot. Looks like that could flip over and turn back up. And you have the MACD that's currently on a downtrend, and it's getting ready to flip over there as well. So a couple of good points on the chart. And you got the RSI at 51. So it looks like it's bouncing off the 50. It's starting to move back up north, so that looks good. So the RSI is looking good. You got the golden cross setting up, and the MACD is getting ready to give a buy signal once those lines cross over. And then you got that slow stochastics that's also getting ready to cross over. So not bad.
Okay. Very well done. That was SNDY. QT, you
yes.
there?
QT? Yes, I am.
Everything okay?
Oh, it's great.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's move on to what is buzzing on iHub. That's investorshub.com. With this segment is Stock Sumo. Sumo.
Oh, boy. That's quick. I didn't have much time prepared for tonight, so I'm just going to flow off the hip with what's buzzing and what I see in the buzz.
Well, let me stop you there for a second. Was it because you've been preparing dinner for the last 5 hours?
Oh, well, that could potentially have part of the reason.
Okay, so from now on, the rule is if dinner takes longer than an hour to make, let the wifey do it.
No, then it wouldn't come out the same. I love cooking just because I love the reward at the end. It comes out good every time, and I know I'm consistent with that. I let the wifey take control. I don't know what the end result's going to be.
Sumo, and then you could ask my husband, you'll starve to death. Just kidding.
All right, Sumo, go ahead. Do it.
Well, the first one that stood out was CBIS. We've been talking about that one on the show a lot recently. These cannabis plays, medical marijuana related, have had a lot of moves, and looks like they consolidated towards the end of last week, and then we started to see a bounce happening. Cannabis Science, CBIS, traded 46.9 million shares, a lot of liquidity there, and it closed at 12.127 cents, and it was up 0105, a change of 9% on the day. So nice move there intraday. But Cannabis Science, these medical marijuana plays, they've been buzzing a lot lately. Been keeping that, keep watching that one. Next one I want to talk about is CompuSonics Video Corp. It's CPVD. That's Charlie Paul Video David. And this thing was up a whopping 172%. It closed at 003, and it traded 8.8 million shares. Next one is AWSR, America West Resources. And for those of you who don't know, this was announced. It was kind of a mistake on their part. I don't know if you want to call it a mistake or if it was planned, but I'm sure they had every intention in releasing it. Awesome penny stocks came out with this, and a lot of people don't know what their next play is going to be, but they had slipped up and came out with this. It made a big, big move that one day. It ran as high as like $1.80 from 28 cents, and it's been bouncing around 60, 70 cents. So there's some good volatility in AWSR. It traded 916,000 shares, closed at 70 cents, up 8 cents on the day, a gain of 12.9%. RTG Ventures is next up. Seems to have a lot of buzz. It's made a nice move. RTGV traded 48 million shares on Friday, so some good liquidity there. Stock also was up for a gain of 5% on the day. But if you look at the chart, this thing came from 001, and it's made a move as high as, 004. So nice three-bagger there over the past couple of weeks. RTGV's been having a lot of buzz. Another one that's been having a little bit of buzz is UBRG, Universal Bioenergy. Another one that's made a nice run recently. It's kind of consolidated here, but had a little bounce Friday, traded 5.8 million shares. It was up 5.7%. Sierra Resources Group is buzzing. Current price is 003. Not a lot of volume there, only traded 1.5 million shares. And the ticker symbol is SIRG. It was up 11% on Friday. MJNA, medical marijuana, another medical marijuana play buzzing. It was up 0063. That was 11%. Closed at 063. Traded 8.1 million shares. GDSM. Oh, that thing stays buzzing. Traded 111 million shares Friday. Boy, when did we call this one on the show? It was like 001?
001 would be correct, sir.
Wow, nice 10-bagger there. Last price on Friday was 0117, and it was up 0037 again on 111 million shares. A lot of liquidity there. TWDL seems to have a little bit of a buzz going on. Texas Wyoming Drilling traded 2.2 million shares. It was up 91% on Friday. Closed at 039, so that was up 0186 on the day. You got anything that you want to talk about, Mike, STT? Any buzzing stocks that you see? Because I'm kind of running out of steam here.
Running out of steam?
Yeah, I don't really see anything else that looks appetizing in the buzz cloud.
So that's what you got for the buzz cloud tonight?
Yeah, it's sadly to say there's just... Oh, yeah, well, there's this other one, too, SUGO, SunGrow Minerals, that was up 50%, traded 74 million shares. Current price 0009. But other than that, I don't really see much else. You got anything?
No, I haven't had a chance to actually sit down and look at those tonight. Thank you. I don't remember that being assigned to me earlier.
Oh.
Could have sworn that my job is hosting this terrific radio show.
Hey, I could have sworn you're always there to extend yourself for any help. I don't know if maybe something was buzzing in the back of your mind, you wanted to get it out there. You never know. I just felt like asking.
There's so much buzzing.
Got anything that you see buzzing out there that you want to add to the situation?
I have many.
What do you got?
Give it a crack.
All right, I'll give you the first one. IRBL. Anybody ever hear that one?
IRBL. Yes, I have heard of that one.
You have heard of that one. IRBL is trading at 0.000 or 0008. All right? And, we don't say buy, we don't say sell, we don't say any of that stuff. However, this has been a dead company for a very, very long time. And all of a sudden, when you start looking at things, there's activity, strange activity. The thing I kind of want to point out about this company that's really, key to understand, it's Inrob Tech Ltd., right? It's a robot company in Israel. Share structure is the AS is about $8 billion, if I remember correctly, and it's got like $380 million in the OS. Volume out of the blue. Last SEC filing was in 2009. All kinds of weird things happening. And as anything else, it's all about the money when it comes to these stocks. But being what it does, and the type of company it is, and the business and it plays with the robotics, and the fact that it's in Israel and a couple other things that comes into play. There's something going on here. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. But I know this. There's money going into play. It's at a very low price, and it's screaming that there's some huge attention coming with what it is. So that is IRBL. And there's a whole bunch of other ones that are looking for the money flow that's actually been happening. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, we have a post on our board about that IRBL play. Just like you said. Very well. Very good indeed. All right, we're going to take a small break in the show. We're going to be back with a little Sifikia. Sifi, are you ready? Sifi?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Please save me from this torture I am going through right now.
Oh, come on. You love it.
Help! Holler on Sifi. We'll be right back after these words.
PennyChatterStocks.com, where our network becomes your game. There is no need for 6 or 7 sites to track your penny stock funds. You've got chat, forums, blogs. You can integrate your Twitter, Facebook, Google+, MailChimp emailers all on one site so your following comes with you. All it comes down to is the network, www.pennychatterstocks.com.
Where we outweigh the competition, pushing and shoving our way to extreme profits in the penny stock arena. Go to StockSumo.com today to sign up for our free alerts via email or text message. StockSumo.com, where the gains are groundbreaking. Don't just take our word for it. Find out firsthand by heading over to StockSumo.com, home of the real heavy hitters.
You gotta be kidding me. Who the hell told us to buy that piece of shit?
Welcome back to Stock Traders Talk Radio. I'm your host, STT. Join me on tonight's program. I have Cop, QT Cal, Stock Sumo, and Sifakia. Did everybody care to join me back? Is everybody back? Oh, you're there. Hello, come in over. Hello.
Back.
We are here.
It's good to have everybody back on the radio program. I'm going to throw it over to Sifakia for about 10, maybe 15 minutes, and then we will talk about what's happening at STT Radio this week. Sifakia, take it away, sir.
All right. Thanks, STT. So everybody had their little spotlight tonight and talked about what they liked, and good stuff, guys. I love hearing it. Definitely got some of those on the watch list. And what I'd like to talk about, you guys know how I love looking at the different sectors and different groups and who's leading the tape and who's at the top and who's at the bottom. So what I want to look at is a group that I really like, not just on fundamental, but just how our world works and who runs it and who controls it and who the players are in it. And that's one that's really up in air and is very volatile and very beaten up right now, is the Rare Elements group, guys. And I think we all know what that is. And if you don't, check it out. And China's a big problem with this, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to go into that. That's your due diligence because I'm not even that good at it. And what I really want to look at is Molycorp, MCP, guys. And it's a good ticker to trade intraday. It could be a good long-term investment, midterm. That's up to you to figure out. But what I want to look at is and to point out is when you look at a Molycorp chart, first thing I see is that 2305, right before 2012. You know, me as a trader, when it goes down to that again, you know, that could be a double bottom. But I just want to get that one out there. It's something that I really like, and I think it's definitely worth checking out. So MCP. And since we're on the different groups and basically what's leading the market, you can basically look at, you know, anywhere between the last 21 days, the last 60 days, year to date. I mean, year to date, you still got those obesity drugs, and that pretty much all came in one big swoop. I mean, it's been building up, but we know that story. And digital media still kicking butt. Social networking, I mean, that's still riding the tailwinds of the whole Facebook trip going on. And you got luxury mattresses, and most people go, luxury mattresses? Are you kidding me? But I mean, it's a group that's kicking butt. They're up almost 47% year to date. You got snowmobiles, another group. What? Snowmobiles? 43%. Just like in the tech sector, you know, technology. It did a post on the board today, not something I came up with my own. Somebody a lot smarter than me came up with it, but I posted their findings and what's actually leading the tech rally. Most people would tell you Apple, because Apple's been so on fire. Actually, it's towards the bottom of the list. You might be surprised to see who's leading the tape higher. And sometimes that can be a great cue to, well, these guys are underperforming. I mean, geez, Apple's kicking butt. And you keep hearing people talking about Apple's cheap, it's got a 10 PE, yada, yada, yada. And then the next guy says, oh, it's, you know, it's too big for itself, it's weighting itself down, but yet it moves higher. Great trade, one of my favorite ones I got going right now. You know, that's one I'd tell mom and pops to load the boat, talk to me in 3 years, that kind of stock. Disk driver makers, Euro Crisis Banks, I think that's kind of a no-brainer. That thing's been hot and heavy. You know, that whole sector, the AIBs, the MBGs, the IREs, you know, all those ones. Day trading vehicles, the way I look at them. Heavy equipment, shipping companies, home builders, and a lot of these, the consumer durables, the data management, a lot of these go with the economic calendar that we see come in and out every single week, guys. And some of them are the bellwethers, and you can count on them moving your market, pre-market, or directly after it. And you'll get those knee-jerk reactions where you got to buy that dip or sell that rip. You know, that's all that intraday trade. But, you know, a lot of stuff going on. And, you know, we had a lot of big market movers. You've seen a lot of volume. You always see that big volume in Bank of America. You'll see that again. Nothing really popping out real big. As for the gainers, I mean, you see money. We talked about, you guys getting some feedback from my mic there? Maybe not.
Nope.
Anyways,
No, you sound great.
You're good now, Seth. Okay. You're good. Great.
Thanks, Numa. Yeah, we talked about the utilities getting beaten up. You see them coming back a little bit. Verizon went down to that 38. Again, these are the stocks. Don't forget about them, man. The penny world's great. I love it. I've been in and out of it a lot more lately. I've been hanging out with all these guys, and it's amazing. What a rush. But you know, look at some of the stuff that's going down in like the NASDAQ on a daily basis. You got 44% gain in WEBM, Web Media Brands, KUX Media, 20%, Gravity Company, GRVY, 20%. I mean, there's a lot of big stocks moving out there. And in my opinion, I actually like these better because maybe you're not working with a 500,000 or 5,000, whatever your account's working with. We all know how sometimes liquidity can be an issue. So don't forget about the big boys. They're out there. As for your market statistics lately, you keep seeing new highs, guys, with less lows. I mean, we're averaging 100 new highs a week, sometimes a day. I mean, that's the average. You're seeing, even on the downside days, you're seeing an advanced decline. You know, on Friday, yeah, you definitely saw more of a decline than the advance, but you still made more highs. All right, now that can be a negative thing. You got to look at the chart. You got to look at the past, and you know that's my biggest cue to anything in this trading market with these big boards is finding a pattern with them, because trust me, the big boys are finding the pattern and they're playing with it. You know, a lot of history goes into it, a lot of market statistics. There's websites that that's all they do is market statistics, and it's amazing. You can ever get a little free trial or something, I guarantee you'll be signing up, because it'll blow your mind how this market just plays itself over and over and over, just like trends in the fashion world. You know how it is. As for your volume, it's still a little anemic. Is that okay? Yeah, sure. That means that more money can come in. I think if we've seen it. How many times we hit 13,000? Can't get through it. Well, we're through it, all right. And let's see how long. I'm sorry. We're not through it. We're back down through it, but we closed through it a couple days, and we held at least one day, I believe. I'm sorry, don't have that right in front of me. I should know. My bad. As for your market calendar, guys, tomorrow. You've got kind of a thin economic calendar. You do got your factory orders. That's at 10 a.m. You definitely want to keep your eye on that, because you know that can have an effect on your day, and that's for January, of course. And you've also got your ISM at 10 a.m. Now that can move your market. As for your earnings, you've got AVM. That's after the close. You've got AMAG. That's after the close, and you've got AERL, Asia Entertainment. That's after the close. I guess they're all after close, but you also got after the close. This is one that you might want to be watching, is PAY and PWRD and NQ. So there's some earnings you got coming up, and keep your eye on the VIX. It's below 18. Keep hit his head on that, and I guess that's about it. Just keep your eye on your earnings calendar. I know one thing we could look at real quick, that since I talked about AT&T, is a few stocks that are going ex-dividend this coming week, the 5th through the 11th of 2012 here. So basically you've got AGNC, and again, that's American Capital Agency. Do your due diligence on it, but basically they are paying right now God, are you kidding me? These guys have got a huge dividend going on right now. But the ex-dividend date is on March 5th, and it's got a dividend yield of 16.04, so it could be a high yielder, but check that one out. You've got Interplus Corp, ERF, and this is also on March 7th, and it's got a 9.02% dividend yield. You got Frontier Communication, also on the 7th, the ex-dividend date, and this bad boy is rocking at 8.0 or 8.80, and let's see if we got any big gnarly ones here. I think the biggest one is going to be that 18. That one was pretty heavy duty there. Yeah, that looks like that's the one. But yeah, keep your eyes on that. Here's one more for you. PPL. That's ticker, PPL, and PPL Corporation, and it's got a 5% dividend yield, and that is going on March 7th too. So a lot of earnings on March 7th. So, or not earnings, but dividends. So keep your eye on those, and I love my divvies. The one I really like that the ex-dividend date that I'm going to throw out right now is Chimera. That's CIM, and that's on March 30th, guys, and they announced 11-cent dividend, and that's a $3 ticker. And that thing goes from 250 to 3. We've talked about it numerous times on this radio station, and don't take it off. Don't take it off the watch list, because that's a bad boy, Chimera. How's that? Good enough.
Somebody stop me!
Unbelievable!
You killed it. You totally murdered it.
I think you left out like 4 tickers.
Hey, good to see Mike working that new soundboard, huh, guys?
You like that?
You know what?
Hey, Sippy, awesome job. I gotta know,
man.
when when you use the word gnarly, what does that mean when you're talking about that stuff?
It's sick.
Is it in the group? That's one to definitely look at. Is that what the term gnarly is used for?
I guess it could be good or bad depending on which point of view, pessimist or optimist, I guess.
Awesome.
Gotta have the siffy. You gotta have the siffy language.
Go ahead, Mike. Spit it out.
Oh my God. Siffy? Surfy?
Siffy surf.
Wow.
Mike, here's the problem. Mike needs to see the light of day. He's been fondling his buttons on his new equipment for the last, how many weeks now, Mike?
2
weeks. So, you need some sunlight, baby.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Oh my God. What just happened? Ugh. Fantastic. All right, very good. Siffy, Kia. Very good job. I'll tell you, these Sunday shows, they kill me. I can't keep up. All right, now let's take a look at the week ahead here at STT Radio. It's a very exciting week for all of us. We are proud, I say, to announce that in less than 13 hours, we will have the premiere of the STT Morning Radio Show. Tomorrow's show is hosted by yours truly, co-hosted with Stock Sumo, Sifakia, and Haas. Looking forward to that show. We're going to break ground. The philosophy here is that we're going to be looking at what's hot in the morning, the news that's coming out as we get it. We will be reading it off and just keeping you abreast of what's going on in the OTC markets. We shall have chart reading. We shall accept incoming phone calls so you can tell us what you're looking at for the day. We're looking forward to this show. I'm looking forward to it. Gotta get my butt out of bed, but I'll be here. Hopefully everybody else is here with me, because otherwise you'll just hear me rambling about nothing, really. I rely on everybody else on the show to add the quality content. Thank God. Now, Stock Sumo will be your regular host on this morning's show. Sumo.
Yep. That's me. And we're going to make it real interesting on these morning shows. I'm telling you what, I may be a little bit tired at the end of the day, and sometimes I'm not as enthusiastic on the night show, but I'm going to be wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, 3 cups of coffee in me, ready to go.
Ready to go. Okay, and you will be the regular host of that show. Is that correct?
That's me. Yep, I'm ready to do it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be mixing it up. I'm going to try not to be the same boring personality every day. I want to be something that stands out and is different, and hopefully people will enjoy tuning in every day to listen.
Was that a slight at me?
No.
You sure?
No.
It's interesting. Huh. Okay, moving on. Also joining us on that program will be Sifakia. Siffy.
Yeah.
You going to be talking about all your big board plays?
We'll be talking about something. I'm going to follow this crazy guy's lead. 3 cups of coffee instead of 3 shots of vodka. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
And also, we will still be airing our night show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday. That, again, will be hosted by me. Joining me on that program will be Mr. Cop, QT Cal, and Sifakia, pulling a double shift. It's good to have him aboard, that's for sure. So we're looking forward to that tomorrow, starting tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. till approximately 10 or maybe even 10:30, depending on what's going on out there. So come find us tomorrow morning. Tell everybody, STT Radio, airing 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Half hour of pre-market news. God only knows who's going to call in. We'll take them all.
We're going to have our scanners going.
Scanners, our news feeds. We'll have the charts up and ready to go. You want to call in and ask for Sumo or Sifaki to give you a reading on a chart. If you're not, real familiar with chart reading, holler at us. They'll do it. And should be very exciting stuff. Also on the show, we're hoping to have a contest, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow morning. Should be very exciting stuff. All right. Does anybody have anything to add tonight that we might have skipped over? Anybody out there?
I think you covered it
really
pretty well.
Pumped up about this. I'm just really pumped up about this week ahead of us. We're breaking ground, like you said. We're going morning, and I'm just super excited because we're going to get to see live action. It's going to be terrific.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's going to be interactive. I mean, we're going to have that news. We'll have like I said, if you have plays that you're looking at, give us a call. Let everybody know what you're looking at. And we'll be here from 9 a.m. And like I said, we'll go up to about 10:30, hopefully. Definitely 10 o'clock at least. Some mornings will be different depending on, our schedules and so forth. But, from 9 to 10, we will definitely be here. So we're looking forward to that here at Stock Traders Talk Radio. If nobody has anything to add, I'm ready to call it a show.
I got one thing to add.
Go ahead.
Beijing announces an 11.2% increase in its military budget.
Okay.
Yeah, that was expected. It was supposed to be 15%.
What about us, Top?
Actually.
What are we doing? Are we increasing or are we decreasing?
Decreasing.
Oh, man.
You got to remember that.
You got to talk to those guys.
You got to remember what's actually when you look at it. Think Navy.
Talk to me later.
Well, we already have it, right? A very robust Navy. We already have it. They don't.
Oh,
I knew you were going to know the answer to that, man. Anyway, thanks.
All right. Fantastic. All righty then. From all of us here at Stock Traders Talk Radio to all of you out there in Stock Traders Talk Radio land, we're wishing you all the best with all your trades. And may your portfolio always be green. This is Stock Traders Talk Radio, and we are out. Don't forget, tomorrow, 9 a.m. We'll see you then. Have a good night.
Hello.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk, and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.